Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Do you think you have to be a specific weight to get in there?
I mean, you definitely shouldn't be. I don't even know if we want to go down this road. I'm going to go down the road and we might edit it out later. Sarah knows all about getting boxed. Talk about that feeling.
Oh, it hurts. It really
This comes from gymnastics, not that Sarah's like in some street fighting stuff.
No, yeah, gymnastics.
Punched in the box all the time.
And like on the balance beam, it hurts a lot. It takes your breath away. I'm not in a good way.
It took my breath away. I'm sorry for teeing that up and framing it in such a strange way Sarah knows about getting boxed. Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And like you, I love rewatching movies over and over again.
And if you made it here, you probably love romantic comedies. That's great news. We do as well.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you, maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
So it's our first movie of a new year. It's January. Many people are New Year's resoluting, I don't know if that's a real word, to hit the gyms pretty hard. So we did
I Feel Pretty.
It's directed by Abby Cohen and Max Silverstein. Those two have some rom-com writing pedigree. They wrote He's Just Not That Into You, Valentine's Day, and Never Been Kissed. This was the first time they wrote and directed a movie together. So this is the story of Renee Bennett, played by Amy Schumer. Renee manages the website for this cosmetics company called Lily LeClaire, and Renee is struggling with her self-esteem, her self-image, very little self-confidence in herself.
Are you shopping for a gift?
Kind of browsing for me.
So sizing is a little limited here in the store, but you could probably find your size online.
I have a crazy idea. Let's be honest for a minute. No matter how many times we hear, it's what's on the inside that matters. Women know deep down, it's what's on the outside that the whole world judges.
And her appearance, and she wants so badly to be like these models who work with Lily LeClaire. She ends up wishing on a fountain, bonking her head at a SoulCycle class, which we'll get into.
Are you okay? You hit your head pretty hard.
Wait, that's me. That's me. Oh my God, you see this?
Yes?
I'm beautiful!
And then bam, it's like nothing physically has changed, but in Renee's mind, she believes that she is transformed via the power of a magical fountain, I guess, and she is now drop-dead gorgeous. And just for context, you, the audience, you don't see the change, neither do any of the characters, but Renee genuinely believes like a body swap thing has happened. So this super confident Renee ends up with all this newfound self-esteem. She applies to be the receptionist now at Lily LeClaire. She kills it, ends up becoming a vital part of the operation with some of her wisdom, because there's a little bit of a power struggle inside the company of what the vision is between Avery LeClaire, played by Michelle Williams, the Lily LeClaires, played by Laura Hutton, and Grant LeClaire, played by Sarah's almost boyfriend, Tom Hopper.
Oh my God.
And while working there, Renee is like, yo, girls don't look like models. They look at makeup and cosmetics differently, and it can be really intimidating. She kind of helps steer the company in a little bit more of an inclusive way. And along the way, she meets a guy named Ethan, played by Rory Scovel. We end up having a really comical love story woven into this tale about a woman who basically changes her life based on how she perceives herself and her self-worth. So that's the tee-up of the story. How do you feel about this one? You've been waiting all that time to cough.
This movie is really fun. So it's an updated version of a body-swapping comedy, but without the actual body swapping taking place. So I only noticed this when I was jotting some notes down on this movie. We're doing something similar next week for our movie, for the whole swapping bodies type thing with 13 going on 30.
Yeah, that's a genuine body swap, but actually it's the same person just traveling through time.
Right.
Different body swaps.
Time travel
Who
swapping?
knew there were multiple genres of body swap?
Who knew?
So I like this movie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Schumer is fantastic.
She is.
Particularly the dialogue. I find every single conversation in this movie has a quip, or it has a joke, or it has some kind of Amy Schumer style thing snuck in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I will say, if you're not a fan of Amy Schumer, this is like an all Amy movie.
It is.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? If you enjoyed Trainwreck, different character, different vibe, similar dialogue style, though.
Yep.
She has a specific way of adding comedy to a scene, which I really enjoy, but I know it's not for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is, as you said, it's a body swap, but it's a strange body swap.
I mean, they're obviously, for 13 going on 30, they're obviously not the same. Jenna Rink wakes up a 13-year-old in a 30-year-old's body. In 13 going on 30, she doesn't hit her head. In this one, there's a magical special fountain / workout Soul Cycle bike that she gets her hair wrapped up into on the wheel. Ooh, that
Yeah.
looked like it hurt.
What's the magical point? Because it could be the fountain, it could be the Soul Cycle instructor screaming at her, or it could be the bike she bonked her head on.
Exactly. You don't actually end up knowing.
See, in 13 going on 30, there's magic dust.
Yes.
It's very cut and dry. There's magical dust. It's going to transport you through time.
Is it the very
Amped up instructor.
Is that the miracle is already here. You just have to open your heart and receive it. I want you to look in the mirror and visualize the change you came in here for. Is it spiritual? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Today, I want you to look in the mirror. You're not going to see what you normally see. Today, you're going to see what you've always wanted to be.
You're going to see the person you always wanted to see today.
Is it the bike that, she literally fell off of and...
Well, because when she goes back, she tries to get the same bike when she's trying to make it happen again.
Well,
She asks for bike 14, I think.
Yeah, so she goes 3 times in total.
Yeah.
The first time she boxes herself. Oh my god, that hurts. The second time is the magical bike ride. Let's call it that.
Is that what we're calling it? The
Magical
magical bike ride.
And then the third time she tries to recreate it. Oh, I guess she goes 4 because she ends up going at the very end. She wakes up in this movie the most confident woman in the world. She sees herself as this toned, beautiful self, but everyone still sees her as the same way she was before, which was also beautiful. She's striving to be up to society's standards, and honestly, it's exhausting.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect movie to start the new year off with, because a massive theme is, self-confidence and how beauty comes. Her appearance didn't change.
Yeah.
But people did start treating her a little bit differently.
Absolutely.
And I think that's because we all know beauty comes from within. Yeah.
Don't they say new year, new me?
New year, new me. Cheesy Devin is here. Welcome to 2021. It's a real movie. When I'm seeing Renee through those first 20 minutes and how self-conscious she is, that scene where she's looking in the mirror and she's wearing I'm a guy,
Spanx.
I don't
She's
even know what
wearing
she's wearing.
Spanx.
Yeah, Spanx.
And
Okay.
it's funny that you say that, because that was the moment that when you were starting to talk about that, that's what I thought of. That is real. Like when I put on a dress that I know I need to wear all night, that I know I'm going to be eating at, and I know I want to look still good, I'll wear Spanx. And they're so uncomfortable.
But just how she's staring at herself
Yeah,
for
totally.
an uncomfortably long amount of time. And I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
It really framed on her face for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it hammered that home. It hammered that feeling home.
Big time. I did find it interesting how no one thought she should go see a doctor to see if she was all right or had a concussion.
Oh, are you talking about the Soul Cycle?
Yeah. So after, she gets, she falls off the bike, hits her head, wakes up, and no one thought that, hey, maybe you should go to a doctor. And the other time too, the time when she hits her head in the bathroom further on in the movie, and she's blood dripping from her head, and Mason's like, oh, you don't look so good, and she's like, I'm fine, and it's you have blood. Oh yeah, that does hurt. Go to a hospital.
I think this movie really overestimates the amount of injuries you can sustain at Soul Cycle.
Oh, I will get into it.
You are on a stationary bicycle. How are you 2 for 2 for getting hurt so far?
So true. So true. Can we talk about Soul Cycle for a minute? Do you think that this paints their brand in the brightest light? Like, she walks right in off the top and is basically made to feel super uncomfortable.
Oh my God, right?
Asking for a size 10 double wide shoe. Surprisingly, she is the biggest person in the room, which is ridiculous. I've personally never been to a SoulCycle class, but okay, you know, on TikTok when they have the what's something that's not a cult but seems like a cult.
Oh, I love those.
Okay,
yeah,
they're hilarious. Okay, there is a TikTok video of that with someone saying that SoulCycle is in fact a cult, but not actually a cult.
Oh, do you remember the case they laid out?
They're all like really fake gung-ho about it. Like, they're really into it. Like, they basically go every single day and they count how many rides they've had. Like, I don't actually know.
Right,
But
they have all the apps on their phone.
Yeah.
They probably post about it on Facebook all the time. And you're
Again.
like, shut up, Becky.
yeah, like,
Because
again,
Becky's go to...
I've never been, so I don't actually know. We don't even have a SoulCycle place
Right.
here where we live. But that is a TikTok video, and it is real life, and it is really funny.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you know what? That opening sequence of her showing up at the SoulCycle class, I think is the most relatable. Because she's so uncomfortable to be there.
So uncomfortable.
She asks for, first she says size 7 shoes.
Oh, yes.
And then she's like, size 9. Size 9.5. For wide feet. And eventually the woman is just yelling to her coworker, like,
Yeah.
do you have some super wide shoes for this lady? Maybe that fireman who used to work for us?
A 9.5.
9.
Okay, yeah.
Double wide?
Double what?
Double wide.
Like the trailer?
Just
Do we have a double wide shoe? It's just like a regular shoe, but it's wider, and then it's wider for that. I guess for just wider feet. You know what? We can have a male instructor who used to be like a fireman. Maybe he matches your big
And the
foot.
other thing, too, and you kind of touched on this, is I don't care who you are. The first time you go to a gym, it's awkward.
It is so awkward.
and uncomfortable.
Oh, my God.
And they really hit how strange those moments can be in a really comical way with her navigating through these bikes. And I think, like, some chick's hair gets stuck in
Yeah.
her face and mouth. And
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
And like, I think we've all had that moment walking into a new gym
Yep.
or going back to a gym after being gone for a while. Yeah, there's just a tiny bit of anxiety.
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, it is so awkward going to big gyms. Like, it's the ones with all the mirrors on the wall and everybody's staring at you, and you maybe they're not judging you, but you feel like they're judging
Right.
you.
And they might be the most welcoming. I mean,
Totally.
obviously, this was not a welcoming
No.
environment.
No welcoming committee here.
But even gyms where I'm like, wow, everybody's so nice. I still think back to my first day and I'm like, wow, I was so scared to be here. And everybody is so positive. I think this is a great moment to tell the Sarah story of you getting your most recent gym membership.
Oh no.
This is a great story. So Sarah can never tell a lie.
Can't.
And so through my work, we end up getting a few free memberships to a specific gym. And I asked my boss recently, I'm like, hey, man, how many of these do we have left over? And he's like, we got like 7 that aren't being used. And I said, hypothetically speaking, if an employee's significant other wanted to get in on one of those passes, what do you say? And he's like, absolutely. Tell her to go there, say our business name, say it's on an account, and they'll get her hooked up. So I told Sarah, this is what you need to do. And she nearly had a mental breakdown on the drive there, being like, what do I say? I'm like, just say you work for this company and you're getting a membership.
And then I would repeat it, and you're like, no,
but then
that's
you'd
not
say
right.
something wrong. It's like, that's not what we're called. She's
No support
making
here.
up different
None.
names for where I work.
There was no support to be had.
But like, you were so terrified to go in there and just say, hey, my name's Sarah. I'm giving a membership on blank account.
Yes, I was terrified.
Because you
I
thought
didn't
for
know.
some reason you were lying to somebody, but you're not. We already
Well,
paid for those memberships.
You did preface by saying, if they say no, or if you have any trouble, call me. And I was like, oh my God, will I have trouble? Oh,
my
no. That's what I thought, okay?
It wasn't that I was worried about them. It's that I was worried about how you would perform under pressure. I'm like, she's gonna crack. They're gonna ask her one question and she's gonna freak out and run out of there.
It was a stressful situation, okay?
It got to the point where we called the owner of the gym ahead of time. I was like, hey, a very frightened little Sarah is gonna be entering your establishment very soon.
And I went and they knew I was coming and they had it all ready to go for me and I just left. It was wonderful.
Wonderful. But how anxious were you? I mean, the
I was like, oh my God. Okay. I actually, on the way there, you
had a good cry in your car?
No,
yeah, sure.
I was saying like out loud what I needed to say to
Oh
them.
my God, you were practicing it? Jesus. We cannot get caught with drugs together because you're going to rat me out so bad.
we don't have any drugs. Don't worry. Like,
not that Sarah knows about it because I don't tell her anymore. What you do not know cannot
I guess.
be held up in court,
Yeah,
I guess.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay, but more on the Soul Cycle track, okay? It does do a good job at showing that going to Soul Cycle, in fact, will make you a hottie patati. On the other hand, it seems dangerous with her 2 falls. Do they have the proper shoe sizes? Like everyone's shoes, like a 10 double wide. You know, they should make sure that they
do those
don't have.
exist?
No, I have no idea. I don't think so.
Because she said it, I'm like, definitely doesn't exist.
Well, she's like 10 wide. I was like, oh, okay. And she goes double wide. And I was like, is that a thing?
I think that lady says, is that a pickup truck or something like that? And that was my thought too. I'm like, yeah, I think that's what they put on the back of trucks that have too much stuff in them.
Double what? Double wide. Like the trailer?
Yes, yeah, they do. And there's the big sign.
Double wide?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are the bikes in decent shape? She boxes herself on the way down when she falls off the bike the first time, gets her hair caught in another. Do you think you have to be a specific weight to get in there?
I mean, you definitely shouldn't be. I don't even know if we want to go down this road. I'm going to go down the road and we might edit it out later. Sarah knows all about getting boxed. So, talk about that feeling.
Oh, it hurts. It really
This comes from gymnastics, not that Sarah's like in some street fighting stuff.
No, yeah, gymnastics.
Punched in the box all the time.
And like on the balance beam, it hurts a lot. It takes your breath away. I'm not in a good way.
It took my breath away. I'm sorry for teeing that up and framing it in such a strange way. Sarah knows about getting boxed.
I was like, were you talking about this summer when I boxed myself with the bike? Like.
Oh my God, yes.
We were riding down a really steep hill and I had to go over like a curb and it didn't work.
We were with somebody who didn't know what boxing oneself meant. So we're like, oh, Sarah boxed herself. She just needs a minute. And he was like, well, what does she need a minute for? And we're like, she boxed herself, man. Like, give her a minute.
And then we explained, he goes, oh, I didn't know what that was.
He had no idea. I thought that was common knowledge.
But we all know that if you box yourself at Soul Cycle, but also if you hurt yourself, ultimately, you get a free bandana in the hopes that they won't sue them. But she is someone who wants to fit in with the rest of what's happening in the world, wants to be on trend. Can you blame her? With everything coming down from society, like, it's hard. It's hard to be.
Life's tough.
Yeah.
Life's tough for a female living in this world.
Yeah, like at one point she's doing the YouTube tutorials for her hair. I have done those. They do not turn out like the way they do in the video.
Oh, no,
I can
really?
appreciate her trying to do that.
I do find it kind of funny that she's like regurgitating all of these self-confidence issues onto random people. Like think about, so there's the model that she meets at Soul Cycle. She sees that same person later on at the pharmacy.
Oh my God,
and she's like, wow, do you ever like go to Italy? And some guys are like, hey, come on the yacht with me. And you
Let's
just
go to Capri.
spend like 3 nights in Capri on a yacht. And the girl's like, yeah, that actually happens. She's like, wow, you're so pretty. It's like, you guys literally met at Soul Cycle just one time.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna talk to you about all these insecurities that I have. With that said, I really like that relationship because they like sneak it in.
It's the one she needs.
Yes.
You know?
And it is kind of eye-opening that, you know, this beautiful model can also have the same insecurities.
Do you think an app like Grouper Date really exists? Would it be something that you would try if you were single? With a group of friends?
That's going to be no. Well, I mean, there's like an app for everything.
I know.
There's an app for guys who like turtles and...
What?
I mean, probably. I've read about a few weird apps lately. Oh, there's an app for balding people. like guys who are balding and also women who like guys that are balding. So
Stop.
does
What's it
grouper date
called?
exist?
Balder?
I'm sure.
Is it called Balder Date?
It
Is
should
it a
be
Balder Dash?
Balder Date. Yo, that's funny. I don't think it's called that.
Okay, well, should we coin it before they take it? Balder Date?
Balder Date. Yeah, we should come out with a competing app for the niche group of people who are balding and want to find somebody to date. But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there are so many that, like, yeah.
But what if the two other people that you're with click with two and then you get the dud?
Well, then, so for the guys, you call under your breath, you go dibs.
Oh,
you dib somebody,
is that
right?
what it is? The
Probably when the
dibs.
girls are walking in, you fire out a little dibs there, and then maybe you trade dibs. There's
my
a stock
God.
market on. There's trade value to dibs, right?
I do feel like grouper date could get real weird.
Oh yeah, it definitely could.
You know, like real fast.
Is that, you know what? Are we stepping on some orgy conversations here?
Well-
Because, like, group sex, is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, like
Okay,
it could
yeah,
get real weird. It could get real weird real fast. Like,
I just wanted to make sure we were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about a grouper date. Okay, cool. You're going on a group date with friends. But what if, and then I was like, oh, weird. Yeah.
I can't believe you missed this.
Okay.
So, grouper date, who are Amy Schumer's two friends? There's that chick from SNL and who?
Busy Phillips.
Busy Phillips. Can we officially ordain Busy Phillips as the Phantom of romantic comedies?
Well, her husband wrote it.
Max Silverstein. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So,
Yes.
I feel like Busy Phillips shows up in so many movies.
She does.
But here's the thing:
But she's great.
I never have any recollection of her being in the movie until you rewatch it and realize, oh, that's Busy Phillips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we've done now 3 movies that feature Busy Phillips so far.
That's right.
And before we watched them, I didn't realize that Busy Phillips was in them until I saw her face. It's like an enigma. As soon as you see her, you're like, wow, she's there. And as soon as she's off screen, she just disappears from your mind. Like she never existed there.
I really like Busy Phillips. I think she should be in more shit.
We need a Busy Phillips starring romantic comedy.
Yes, I actually think that would be really good.
Maybe one exists, but we just forgot about it. It's the
There's
Phantom
the possibility
of the
of
romantic
that.
comedies. Busy Phillips, ladies and gentlemen.
Something from Shallow Hal that doesn't happen in this movie is that we don't see what Renee sees in the mirror.
Yeah, nobody does.
We never get to see what she sees versus what everyone else is seeing, which is her regular self. They never do say if her new body is a thin one or like a very fit one. I mean, she does talk about her rock hard abs and her toned arms, but they just confirm that she does in fact feel pretty. I think they leave the rest up to you to figure out what that would be. Obviously, though, from her earlier comments, you would assume that she's tone tan, fit, and ready.
You know what? That's a great point because in Shallow Hal you do see the
The reflections, right?
Yeah, you see like mirrors and stuff, but I kind of like that it left it up to our own imaginations of what she sees. I think that girl from Soul Cycle, who she keeps on having these moments with, I think it's similar to her, how she perceived herself once she did the body swap. I was almost going to go down the road of what if that character doesn't actually exist and she is a figment of Renee's imagination, and when she body swaps, she becomes that girl.
That's deep.
What if that girl is the figment of her imagination?
Maybe. She does have an overwhelming amount of confidence, though, thinking that men are holding the door for her, whistling as she walks by. It's actually really funny.
Well, when she does that meet cute with Ethan, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but she thinks, like, they're waiting in line at a laundromat.
Yeah.
And he's like, what number are you? And she's like, is this how you ask for a number? And he's like, literally, I just...
So this is how it happens. Just like that. Wow.
Just like what happens, like what?
That is very clever.
I don't know why that's clever. What is clever?
What's
I was
your
just asking what the number.
And then I go, 118. And then you're like, no, your phone number.
So she gets the job at the Fifth Avenue office after having the most confident interview of life. I wish I could channel her when I'm having interviews. That she may get scooped up by another modeling agency while
Right.
she's being the front desk. However, Avery sees her as having someone more regular in the office instead of not only having like models around, which could help her new diffusion line. So in a way, it's also helping Avery by hiring her. Speaking of Avery, though, Michelle Williams, she's not in enough, I think, these days. She was quite good in this rom-com.
She kind of disappeared for a little while ago.
She
What was that
did.
show she was on?
She was on Dawson's Creek.
Oh, she was on
That is a
Dawson's
fun fact
Creek,
of
yes.
mine.
I was going to say like Beverly Hills 90210, but I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. Again, you may think like she would be the villain in the movie, but she actually ends up like she's the one that hires Renee and actually makes her succeed. Of course, with the fact that she herself would succeed in like by doing that, but nonetheless, she does set up Renee to like she sets her up for gold. Like,
Okay, so I haven't seen Michelle Williams in like anything in the last 10 years, I want to say.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
That's not her real
no,
voice.
it's
Okay,
not her
good.
real
I'm just
voice.
making sure.
Oh my god, she put it on for the movie.
Thank God. Because I saw her, I'm like, whoa, is that what she sounds like now?
No.
Oh, no. What happened, Michelle? So we teed up Ethan, Renee. They meet at this laundromat. She ends up calling him up, and they have a first date. They're at a carnival, and they do a wet T-shirt contest.
Oh my god, I think it's a bikini contest.
A
actually.
wet T-shirt. Yeah, a wet. I was going to say a wet bikini contest.
There are
Oh,
no
no.
T-shirts. Oh my god.
Combining lots of contests. There is also hot dog eating and chili peppers.
And pie eating.
I actually really like this move. Like, give me the full Renee. Let's get right into this because it's risky. Let's enter a wet bikini chili eating hot dog eating contest on a first date.
This is really hard to read, but keep it going for Renee Bennett. Renee Bennett. Whoa, are you here for the barback job or you're in the contest? Okay, you got it?
There are a few different power moves from confident Renee in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch on two of them. This is part one. You also get a great quip from the bar owner chatting with Ethan.
Yeah. Okay, I'm. It's my honorable mention.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got so much to say about that. Okay, we'll get into
cool.
it in a bit.
Yeah, like their first date is so funny. I was dying. That scene, the confidence that it takes to get up on stage any day, but to do a bikini contest, it was really good.
And I thought it was so adorable how Ethan, he's almost trying to shelter her from getting her feelings hurt because he knows like she's not as good looking at all as all these people up here. But she wins the crowd over.
She does.
And she wins him over in turn, doesn't she?
And I think like he's like, are you okay that you didn't lose? Like, you know, it's okay. And she's like, I am more than okay. I got 2 appetizers and 2 drinks. And it's like,
we got some free cocktails, baby.
like that is a true winner in my eyes.
That is a true winner. Hey, we got some food out of this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The way to a man's heart is through food.
If you would be willing to go into a bikini contest
to win food,
just so we could get free food and drinks, that's wife material right there for sure. You wife that woman up.
You hold on to her. So in one of our earlier episodes for Christmases over the holidays, I talked about how I wanted a bouncy castle at our next party we have post-pandemic. I want an outdoor movie blow-up screen now, please.
Oh, yes, on
That's
that date.
what I want.
Yeah.
How cute.
Oh,
we
it
could do
was
it in our
adorable.
backyard. Oh my gosh, with popcorn.
So that scene ends with them going back to one of their houses?
Her house, her apartment, yeah.
Where Renee pulls power move number 2. You know what I'm about to say?
It is so true, and this scene is so funny.
Dude, I love this. We're talking about before sex for her to pop out completely naked and say, hey, here's a sneak peek, I'm naked.
It's not quite a sneak peek.
And he makes a joke like it's not a sneak peek if
you're naked.
You're just showing me everything. And she's like, oopsie, and goes back into the room. The confidence you need to have, like this man has never seen your body before. As a guy, if you've never seen my body before, I'm lacking the self-confidence to just be there naked. But it does remind me of is it called the naked guy move?
Oh my God, yes.
In How I Met Your Mother. Yeah.
Yes.
The theory is if you're on a date with a girl and you go back to her place or your place, when she goes to the washroom or something, just take off your clothes right then and there and stand naked in her apartment so that when she comes back, she sees you naked, and apparently there's a 1 in 3 chance that she just looks you up and down and says,
okay,
fine, let's do this. We don't talk about the other 2/3 of the time.
I forgot about that, actually.
But there's a 33% success rate there.
Yeah.
Do you think that's accurate? Like, of all the blind dates you've gone on with guys that have ended up back at your apartment for whatever reason,
I think it would probably be a 1 out of 3.
Yeah, if a third of them were just naked randomly, you'd say, yeah, sure.
Yeah, probably. Like a 1 out of 3. Like, no more than that, I don't think.
No more? Okay. Hey.
No.
Scientifically proven, ladies and gentlemen. Try it out.
Yeah.
Like I said, we can't be held liable for what happens the other 2/3 of the time.
That's so funny. That's very accurate, though. So they're in Boston and for a pitch that they're making for the company. And Renee is in the hotel room with Grant, who's played by Tom Hopper. And I think I would have spat out my drink if I had been drinking one at this point when she's talking to him and she tells him that she is wet with diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like, what? I was laughing so hard because, okay, I did not see that coming at all. Like, when she's like, I can't even say it again. When she's like, I'm wet with diarrhea. I was like, first off, I was like, what? When she said she was wet. And then 2, when she said it with diarrhea, I was like, oh my God, what? Oh, gross. Like,
that was a great. So the tee up there is that Tom Hopper's character Grant he's pulling some moves on her. They're in bed. He tries to kiss her, and obviously he's an attractive guy. So presumably the first part of what she says is accurate.
Probably true.
Yeah, and then she realizes, oh my God, I've got Ethan at home. I can't do this. So she covers it by saying she's
diarrhea.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
That's a. There's no redeeming that.
That is not a power move. That is the opposite of a power move.
Yeah.
I wish, though, we could have dived into more of 2 characters, Grant and the grandmother Lily.
Oh, I loved Lily.
Yeah, like I wanted to know more about them. The only thing that I really got from Lily was that she started the company and that she really likes Hidden Valley Ranch sauce.
Yeah, she wants like and she's like a ketchup pack collector,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Like I wanted to know more.
Strange hobbies.
Totally. What exactly does Grant do? Like, does he just like fly around or drive around picking up hot girls? Like, what did he do? What was the purpose of his character? Like, I wish they had kind of developed a little bit more.
The Grant thing, it was almost like redundant to have that in there. Like, okay, like Grant's gonna hit on her and they're gonna almost kiss and then she's gonna be funny and go away. But it's like, then like nothing really happened. There was no continuation of that storyline. So it's like, okay, I get that it was funny, but like, why is this here?
Yeah, like I almost wish it would have played out kind of like in Isn't It Romantic, the movie, where when Liam Hemsworth in the movie is kind of like fighting for her attention. Like, I think that's kind of what they were trying to do, because you'll see at the dinner with the grandmother and Avery, with Renee and Ethan and Grant, like they're all at the table.
Yes. There's a little bit of a power struggle.
There's a little bit of a power struggle between the two guys, but then it kind of ends there. There's really no like blatant force coming from Grant to get Renee. It's just kind of like he kind of likes her.
Right, but he doesn't want to try too hard about it. Yeah.
No. So I wish there was a little bit more there. Like, I think he was a good character, and I just, having more development would have probably been cool.
Yeah.
There's also a part where she realizes that after everything, pushing away everyone, she breaks up with Ethan because she's not beautiful anymore. She tries to apologize to her friends, but her friends don't want to hear it. That the epiphany happens where she realizes that everyone has insecurities, even gorgeous women. And it becomes this radical shift in Renee that this actually happens to everyone. Everyone has their own struggles. I mean, I think we know that it happens literally to you, myself, everyone. And once she finds out that this girl is heading to Lily LeClaire, her new friend from SoulCycle, to be the face of the new diffusion line, which, if it's taught us anything, she could possibly be the face of the diffusion line
because anybody can.
Yes, because anyone can. She feels that she has the courage to go to the launch party and save the day and say that everyone is part of the line, which was really nice. It was a nice part of the movie. I liked how it ended with the big speech, which I think you're going to talk about more.
Yes, best scene.
Yeah. And her realizing that she was always herself and gaining the confidence that she needed.
Quick facts.
Quick facts. I don't have a ton for this movie. Michelle Williams and Busy Phillips are best friends in real life. They both met on the set of Dawson's Creek.
Busy Phillips was in...
Yeah.
Rest my case. Phantom of romantic comedies and 90s sitcoms.
Seriously. Tom Hopper is best known for his role in Umbrella Academy and Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, he played Samwell Tarly's younger brother, Dickon.
Dickon! There's something else Tom Hopper is known for, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay. I was going to say he was also in the show Merlin, but that was a while ago.
Yeah. No idea.
Michelle Williams takes the train to avoid road rage.
Wait. Like Michelle Williams, the person?
Yes.
Yo, that's so funny. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
You'll like this one. Tom Hopper's Arms have an Instagram page.
Dude, really?
Yes, it's called Tom Hopper Arms.
I'm going to follow that right now. You keep on going with your quick facts?
The movie titles in various Latin American countries translates to sexy by accident.
Oh my God, that's great.
The original movie's date was changed and moved up 1 week from its original date because they didn't want to compete with Avengers Infinity War.
Whoa, is that when this came out?
Yep.
Okay, I can confirm Tom Hopper's Arms has over 2,000 followers, and it's just pictures of him where his arms happen to be visible.
It's true.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Wow, he does have great arms. I get it.
He really does have great arms. The movie has two cast members from Saturday Night Live. Aidy Bryant, who's been on SNL since 2012, and Sashir Zamata, who was on SNL from 2014 to 2017, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got some good comedic writers in there. Amy Schumer had her dog with her on set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go. Those are the quick facts for this week.
Best scene.
Okay, so my best scene is the dry cleaners scene. So they're meet cute when they meet. They're both standing in line, and she tells him that he has to take a number in order to get served, and it's like a weird game of bingo, but no one wins.
Yeah,
I liked that. That was really the line that got me. I was like, oh, that's really clever.
You probably haven't been here before, but you have to wait in line and take a number.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
I can grab it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, here.
Thank you.
And this guy just calls out like the number completely out of sequence.
Okay.
It's like a weird game of bingo. All right. But no one wins.
She thinks he's going to ask for her number when in reality he just wants to know like what number in line she is, and he's very confused. But she takes it that she's like, oh my god, this actually happens.
This is how it happens.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, we'll exchange phones and blah blah blah. And I'm really busy, but I'll try to pencil you in. And then the dry cleaner owner comes up and says that he couldn't get the red sangria puke stain out of her white dress.
That was my favorite.
And then it had chunks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god. It was really, really funny and super cute.
My best scene is the end scene, actually. The final realization from Renee that old her and new her look exactly the same. They are the same person. And all of this self-confidence she had was all inside her head.
When we're little girls, we have all the confidence in the world. We let our bellies hang out and we just dance and play and pick our wedgies. And then these things happen that they make us question ourselves. Somebody says something mean to you on the playground, and then we grow up and you doubt yourself over and over again until you lose all of that confidence, all that self-esteem, all the faith you started with is gone.
Maybe I'm alone here. This movie for me got lost in the weeds a little bit, maybe like an hour and 20 minutes in. Like, I think you could have cut like 10 minutes somewhere in that third quarter of this movie. It kind of wore on me a little bit. But I thought they needed a really concrete moment that pulled everything back together, and they needed to do it really well. And her speech at the end, I teared up a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I got emotional.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
So did I.
Yeah, did you get emotional too? Okay, good.
It's a good one.
I had some happy tears.
Are you doing it right now?
I'm getting a little emotional right now. Okay, I'm an emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeves.
You do.
And if we've learned anything, it's that beauty comes from the inside, Sarah.
Aww.
And this is me. But I thought it was such an apt way to wrap this movie up with a bow. Because like I said, it was so funny for the first 50 minutes to an hour. And then we just needed to let's reel this back in a little bit, and it was very nicely done.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It brought home the fact that beauty is within. That everyone has their insecurities and has stuff that they need to work through.
And when those images are popping up on the
know.
PowerPoint, also shout out to whoever made that montage, that photo collage so quickly, because theoretically she had like what?
Pretty sure it was Mason.
What was it? Mason
Poor
who did
Mason.
that? Yeah. Good job, Mason.
Or it could have been Renee herself.
Have at her. Mason would be my honorable mention for that, I guess.
So my other best scene is when she's walking into the 5th Avenue building on her first day of work at her new job as the front desk, and Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys is on, and she's dancing her life away with her earbuds in, and she's just like dancing like she owns the place. I have like when I am listening to my earbuds and I'm doing something, like I'm walking and a good song comes on, and I'm like, just have so much more confidence. Music, it's such a confidence driver sometimes. And in that scene, it was just, like, you own this. Good for you.
Hell yeah, it can energize you.
Yeah, it can energize you. That's a really good word for it.
Honorable mentions.
My honorable mention is a few of the lines in the movie that I really liked and I thought were really funny. When Renee first meets Grant, Renee is she's the front desk person. Now I think it might have been her first day. And she says to Grant, she hands him a green smoothie and tells him that, on page 6, she's seen him holding these.
Oh, I saw you like these, so I grabbed a few.
And he said, you've seen me holding these and you got them in just for me?
Well, Grant, I noticed, page 6, that you are often photographed drinking these pressed juicery greens, 1.5, correct? I saw that and I brought it here in case you were ever to come in.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Grant LeClaire.
Sorry, what? You've seen me holding these? So you got them in just for me?
I've also seen you holding a lot of Brazilian models, but I didn't think they'd fit in the mini fridge.
I was like, oh my God, that's so good.
I wonder if Amy Schumer wrote that. There are a few jokes that I'm like, this feels like Amy Schumer stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. The other one is after the bikini contest. You see the owner talking to Ethan, and he says to Ethan, I'd rather your girl. You want a girl who can handle herself in a knife fight.
Oh, 100%. He's like, you hang on to that girl. And can I say, though, as a guy, these things do cross your mind.
Do they?
That is a legit thing. Oh, yeah. Like, you're like, if the zombie apocalypse happens right now and I got to provide for my family, is the old lady going to be able to help me out here? Or is she going to be dead weight in these situations? Like, if our neighbor Bob ends up being an undead zombie, are you going to be cool punching Bob in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would?
Yeah.
You're saying that right now?
If they're a zombie and I had to, yes.
So are you Renee and I'm Ethan in this situation?
I think Ethan would do it.
Ethan, just like I do it, but
exactly.
I was unsure about you. Could you handle yourself in a knife fight, you think? We get stuck in a shady neighborhood?
Oh my God. We're talking about knives now? I thought we were talking about zombies.
Maybe both. Maybe,
oh my
hey,
God,
you never know.
This is getting out of hand.
My honorable mention is, we chatted about this earlier, it's Michelle Williams as Avery LeClaire. Michelle Williams, like you said, needs to be in more stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do more Michelle Williams things. And I actually had it written down here. Is that Michelle Williams' real voice? It's not, right? Okay. I just want to really reaffirm that.
I feel like you should YouTube stuff.
But the fact that she pulled that voice off for so long, she was like 2 octaves too high.
Yeah, it was really good. She did a good job.
I mean, I think that's an underrated acting moment. They're like, hey, Michelle, we want you to just be talking excessively high-pitched for every single one of your lines. Can you do that? Like, if you asked me to do that, I couldn't.
No?
No, I couldn't. Hey, it's the Rom-Com Rewind podcast. I'm Devin. No, horrible.
What should have been? I don't have a what should have been this week.
Oh, how do you not have a what should have been?
I'm excited to hear yours.
There's an obvious what should have been specifically for you. I can't believe
What do
you
you
didn't
mean
pick
specifically for me? I don't know what that means.
Tom Hopper.
Oh,
plays
you know what?
Grant LeClaire.
Yeah, I was going to do one for him, but then...
What were you going to say for him?
I don't know.
Who were you going to say for
I
him?
didn't think that hard.
This what should have been is more for Tom Hopper and less for Grant LeClaire.
Okay.
The what should have been is that Sarah should be on a yacht in Italy with Tom freaking Hopper.
He is married and has children.
Because she missed her meet cute moment with him by literal seconds.
By seconds.
Seconds.
Oh my God.
In a previous episode, we talked about this, how Tom Hopper happened to be shooting a movie in our city, the new Resident Evil movie, which we're very excited about, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's coming out in September.
Wait, it's coming out in September?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's really soon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We won't be reviewing it on this podcast.
I mean,
obviously.
I don't know if it's coming, like where it'll be coming out, whether the pandemic's still happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But long story short is that Sarah happened to be going into a coffee shop when a Tom Hopper was just too far away to hold
awkward.
the door open for him.
Yeah, it would have been awkward. Like, I would have gone out of my way to hold the door for him.
God,
I mean,
we're right
in
there.
retrospect, I should have gone out of my way.
Yeah, you
but
should have.
I wasn't 100% sure it was him until he got inside and then started talking in his British accent and was extremely tall and good looking.
So if you're looking at somebody and you're like, is that Tom Hopper? Is he British and tall? Then he might be Tom Hopper.
Well, we also knew he was here.
Right. We physically knew that he was in the city.
He looked like Tom Hopper. I just wasn't 100% sure, you know? You know when you're walking down the street and you're like, oh, that person looks like so-and-so, but it's more than likely not that person? Like, you don't want to go up to him and be like, hi, are you so-and-so? And it's like, no.
Right. Our city is pretty sleepy, so everybody was extremely aware that Tom Hopper was physically here. So, yeah, I mean, that's your what should have been. You're welcome. I did it for you.
Thank you.
Thirst Factor.
Okay, so Amy Schumer, 7, Michelle Williams, 9, Tom Hopper, 9, Rory Scovel, 7.
Rory Scovel is 7. Okay, I like it. Tom Hopper was a
9.
Your future husband.
Oh my God.
A 9. Come on. He has an ARM Instagram account.
He does have an ARM Instagram. Which, like...
Have you looked at it?
Yes, I definitely...
Oh, okay.
Obviously. Definitely. God.
How could you
I'm not a subscriber, but... I don't follow. But I have seen it, yes.
Oh, man, I love it. And rewatchability.
8.1.
Yeah, I've got it about the same. I've got it at an 8.
Okay.
It is a really good movie.
It is a good movie. It's a good way, like you said, it's a great way to kick off 2021.
It really is. Maybe seasonally it gets a little bit higher. And if you want an Amy Schumer movie, I mean, you can either watch some of her stand-up, you can watch Trainwreck, or you can watch this. This is like Amy Schumer at some of her best.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I like this one better than Trainwreck.
I get that. Yeah, I can agree with that. And this has been the Rom-Com Rewind of I Feel Pretty. If you are listening to us on Spotify, please throw us a follow, Apple Podcasts, subscribe. Also leave a review. We love to read those. And follow us on Instagram at Rom-Com Rewind.
Thanks for listening.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.